Hello, my name is Sheila Hill, and I am a life coach and a spiritual guide. Working with the mind, soul, body, and spirit, I help people, predominantly women, get out of their stories of self-limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging behaviors, just so that they can sort of peel back the layers, do the deep sacred healing that needs to be done sometimes to allow them to fully step into their power as a woman, as a human, as a divine being. So we kind of cover off all of the bases when we're working with me. And one of the most common things that I find with particularly women, but I'm not going to say that men don't have these issues as well, is the whole concept of self-love and self-care. So, excuse me, good morning, Jennifer, in order to fully attract, the whole law of attraction and manifestation, in order to be able to fully attract the life that you want to live, you have to be it first. So if you want to attract an amazing, wonderful, intimate, deep, loving relationship, then you have to have that with yourself first. If you want to attract all other forms of abundance, then you need to live in the vibration within your body and your mind and your soul and your spirit and your programming and your thinking and your way to be feeling abundant yourself. And the way to get there is extreme self-care and to be in that vibration of love with self. So here we go. Here are my top 10 self-care tips. The first one is learn to say no. So many times we dishonor ourselves in the name of subscribing to labels. We want to be nice. We want to be helpful. We want to have the reputation of being the one that everybody goes to, when in actuality, it's just dishonoring, and draining self. So learning to say no. And sometimes no is a complete sentence all by itself. It doesn't need to be, no, but I really wish that I could, that I wanted to, but and we go into that whole, please don't be mad at me sort of energy. Sometimes no is just no. And sometimes no can be something maybe a little less curt. If you want to soften it a little bit with, I really wish I could help, but it's not going to work for me. But being able to say no and not overextend yourself means that you're saying yes to you. And you're making room in your life and time in your life to be able to do the things that are important, that are more self-nurturing. It also gives other people the opportunity to be able to do something that perhaps you would have been filling that space for. So there's plenty of positive ways to look at it. Learning to say no. The next one is learning the practice of meditation. This one's huge, and it doesn't need to be as difficult as sort of society has stipulated it to be. Many people have bought into the concept that they can't because they think what they need to do is be able to sit still without any thoughts for hours on end. And that's not it at all. Being able to meditate really just starts with bringing your awareness to your breath and relaxing your mind and your body to allow you to not engage in every single thought on an emotional level. So you can have the thoughts, but just be an observer of them. And you can bring your breath deeper into your body than just breathing. Most of us go around thinking, and breathing only to hear. So practice the practice of meditation in whatever form you find it, whether it's just taking a pause and taking a breath, going for a walk, doing coloring, working on puzzles, or the more formal version of meditation. But there are lots of ways to do it, and it's a great opportunity for you to connect with you. The next one, number 3, is speak kindly to and about yourself. That's the whole mindfulness practice. It's the not saying things like, oh my God, I'm so stupid, I forgot, blah, blah, blah. Again, that's dishonoring you. Your body has a consciousness, your soul has a consciousness, and those are all parts of you that are always listening. The unconscious mind is also listening to your conscious thoughts, and then sets out in a way to try and make those thoughts true. So you're actually when you speak illy of yourself and have conversations in your head or out loud about yourself that are not of the best quality, your unconscious mind is listening to all of that. So it's super, super important to speak kindly to and about yourself. Be compassionate, hold space for yourself when you're tired and you make mistakes. and things happen in life that maybe you don't show up in the way that makes you the most proud of yourself, have compassion for yourself. Don't beat yourself up over it. Pretend that maybe you would speak to yourself the way you would speak to a child. Number 4, this one is huge, especially in a world where busyness is a badge. And my number 4 tip is learn how to just be. So many people don't even know how to just be, how to just sit, look out a window, sit in a mall and watch people go by, sit and read a book even. We are so programmed to be overstimulated, overscheduled, and overprocessing all the time. So many people do that to their children as well. And really, the freedom to be creative and to truly discover who you are comes in the being, not in the doing. So learn how to be. Number 5, be your own best friend. So think of all the wonderful things, the kind acts, and the kind space that you would hold for someone in your life that would be your best friend. Think about all of those ways of being and be that for you. If your best friend made a mistake, you wouldn't say rotten things about her or him. You would hold compassion for them. So do that for yourself. Buy yourself the flowers. Take yourself out for somewhere nice for lunch. All the things that you would normally do for your best friend, do them for you. Number 6, play. We as adults have forgotten how to tap into that creative space within us, that inner child, where we just play, where you dance like no one's watching, or you color, or you build something with some kind of creative, whatever, Lego bricks or sugar cubes, whatever. Be in that playful, creative space, because that's where you start to tap into the curiosities, the possibilities, and the limitlessness of our lives. So find ways to play. Being serious all the time and just working and keeping your head down doesn't lead to a very fruitful life. Learn how to play. Number 7, journaling. Journaling is the most important practice that I have my clients do and I do myself, because it truly is an ongoing conversation with yourself. You can sit down with a journal and pour your heart and your mind and your soul into it about a situation that you're dealing with in your life. Maybe it's about your fears. Maybe it's about some really exciting things that are happening in your life. But it's a way of staying in constant contact and constant communication with yourself. It's also a great bedtime practice to sort of do what I call the brain dump before you go to bed. To just sort of take all the to-dos and the thoughts and the remunerations about how the day had been that you just finished and get it out on paper so that your mind is more relaxed, more clear, and it's not processing information before you go to bed. Journaling can also be used to write letters to people that you never send. Perhaps there's conversations with people in your life that require being given a voice so that healing can happen. You can do that too. So really an extreme version of self-care and self-love is the practice of journaling. Number 8, treat yourself. Treat yourself to whatever. Treat yourself to the sexy pair of shoes, to the more expensive coffee. Treat yourself to lunch. Treat yourself to a trip, a girl's day away. Whatever it is that you've always thought to yourself, "Ooh, wouldn't that be fun?" Do it. Because as long as you're not doing it, you're living in the energy of not being worthy. And you are worthy, because the most important relationship you have in this life is the one you have with you. So enjoy it. Treat yourself to whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, and go do it, because you are worthy. The next one, you guys are going to laugh. Pleasure yourself. Yes, I said it. I didn't say the M word, though. I couldn't say that on a live. But pleasure yourself. Your body is your vessel. Explore it, learn about it, enjoy it. And then you know what? The more you get to know about all the little intricacies of your body and the way that your body receives pleasure, and you can share that with a partner should you want to. But again, it's all a part of being in this massive love affair with yourself. And the physical part of it is an important part of it as well. And number 10. Be in the intention of love. So I've given you 9 other tips that all sort of can splay themselves out into a number of different ways you can show up for yourself. But in actuality, the truth is that if you just show up in a loving, compassionate way with yourself in every single thing you do, it doesn't really matter what you're doing, what you're eating, what you're journaling, writing, meditating, playing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing it with the intention of love. So to give you a quick example of that would be, say you're going to eat a beautiful salad, and not being in the intention of love is, salad again, I have to eat salad because I'm trying to lose weight because I'm too blah, 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 right? Or there's the other option where you're going to sit down to this beautiful salad that's so colorful and so nutritious, and it just feels so good to be having such beautiful food because you know that it's so good for your body, and you're just feeling good about the fact that you're making these choices and it's going to be delicious. The energy and the excitement and the love that comes from being in that intention is so much different, and yet at the end of the day, it's the same salad. So catch yourself. Bring awareness to the idea that maybe you could more often just be in the intention of love with yourself. So those are my top 10 tips. I hope you enjoyed them. I will post, I'll check with Lee, but I will post this in the group as a post. And that way, if you want to share it or keep it in your phone as a little reminder. Otherwise, you can contact me at sheilahill.ca. I've enjoyed this time with you today. Be in the intention of self-love and self-care. Because remember, the most important relationship that you are in this lifetime is the one you have with yourself. Love to you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.